Oh, hi. This is our introductory video for Physics 226, Basic Electronics. Let me just put this away um, and tell you a little bit more about the course. My name is Dr. Wood. I will be the instructor of the course. And this video is just meant as a way to introduce you to what you have in store for this semester. So as I said, this is a course in basic electronics. So what you will be doing is learning about analog circuits. So circuits with essentially variable voltages and currents. You will learn about resistors, capacitors, inductors, power supplies, transformers. We'll also be learning about transistors, operational amplifiers, um, and we're not going to get into extremely complicated circuits, but we're going to go into the next step beyond just making circuits out of parallel resistors and series resistors. We're also going to go in talking about digital circuits. So circuits where you essentially have a binary value to your potential or your current. So the circuit is either going to the elements in the circuit are going to essentially just produce, either a 0 volts or a 5 volts, or 0 volts and a negative 5 volts. So those are digital circuits. But with digital circuits, you can do a lot. You can build up to logic. You can build logic circuits, circuits that do certain things, that make decisions, circuits that, if this happens, then do that, or this will only occur if this and that happen, or you will only get an output if something or something else happens. So those are digital circuits. So I'm going to break up the course into three pieces. An introduction to analog circuits, more advanced analog elements, like operational amplifiers and transistors, and then the third part is going to be digital circuits. So this course is going to be an introduction to electronics. We don't are not necessarily going to go into a lot of great depth in some of them, but we are going to learn a lot of the basics, and we're going to learn a lot of fun things that you can do to get started with electronics. So the structure of the course is there will be lectures Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 11:50 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. And those lectures will be kind of hybrid. So I will be lecturing in the classroom for anyone who wants to attend in the classroom, but I will also broadcast those lectures live via Zoom. I will record the lectures, and then I will post those videos on Desire to Learn on your D2L course. So if you prefer to be only online, then you can get the content that way. If you would like to come and sit in the classroom, then I will lecture that way as well. So we'll get the content to meet your specific needs. The schedule will be kind of flexible. I mean, we'll still be lecturing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but depending on what's going on, some days I may need to lecture synchronously, and I cannot be on campus. Some days I may have to record a video asynchronously, and then distribute that. So I'm just asking for your flexibility. You will get the content that you need. You will learn the topics that you should. It's just going to be the delivery will, depend on my schedule. And so, like I said, it's primarily going to be in person, broadcasting by Zoom. But if there is a change, I will let you know in a timely manner. Um, so things will be done electronically in the class. So homework assignments, exams will be electronic in the fact that you have to submit them in a PDF format and then drop them in the Dropbox on D2L. They will be graded electronically and then returned to you. So there's no need for paper. You should still work out whatever problems that you're working on paper. But then just scan in your work or take a picture of it with a cell phone, and then save a copy to PDF. Now, this course also has a lab associated with it. Um, and so with this course, the lecture and the lab are very intertwined. They actually kind of blur a little bit because what I want you to do is to learn electronics, in a hands-on manner. So the grades will be separate. There will be a separate grade for the lecture and a separate grade for the lab. But like I said, the topics kind of overlap, and you really don't learn electronics unless um, you really don't learn electronics unless you get your hands dirty. Now, the pandemic has made that a little bit more difficult um, because if you are deciding to take this course online, you're not going to be coming into the lab, to pick up a resistor, to put a, capacitor into the circuit, and really learn the experimental technique of why isn't this circuit working? And you have to trace through every single wire to see where the loose connection is, or the fact that your power supply is not hooked to the proper point. So, but what we'll do is supply an online alternative to the laboratory experience. So if you're deciding to do the lab online, or if for some reason I have to say move the lab online, then what we will have is simulations. We'll have a program that you can run on your computer, which will then allow you to simulate what the circuit should be doing. You'll still be able to assemble the circuits. You'll still be able to measure their outputs. What's the voltage across an element? What's the current that's being drawn? And so you'll still get the experience of assembling a circuit. You just won't have the tactile experience of actually picking it up and seeing what it looks like, or the experimental experience of the circuit doesn't work. I don't know what's going on. Let me keep trying different things. Let me iterate it and see where the problem lies. All of those are really good things. And so I encourage you after this, if you have a desire to go more in depth in electronics, to do that, to find some time to put together a circuit, put together the wires and the resistors and the capacitors and the power supply, and really delve a little deeper and see get some experience, get some intuition about how a circuit works. So we're going to have both the lecture experience and the laboratory experience. Both of them can be achieved in person or online. And in the process, you will develop the skills that you need to recognize how a circuit works, make some modifications to see how it changes, and then hopefully kind of give you a foundation to go a little bit further if you want to, and try and understand more complex circuitry. So I will go over more details about the requirements of the course on the first day when we review the syllabus. But for now, I just want to say welcome to Physics 226, and I'm looking forward to this semester getting started and giving you the experience of basic electronics.